lot more exchange of grading and communication outside school hours. On any given night, I could have 5 or 6 kids going back and forth answering questions. But just if they can email me in 7th block or before they leave, they are getting questions answered that they would not have gotten answered in class. But I think personally, if we didn't have the iPads and the email, we probably wouldn't have gone back and forth so many times. And so, sometimes she'll email me this in the morning. I'll circle some things. I'll show her what she got right. By lunch, I've got 2 more emails. Grade those, send them back to her. But would you agree that it increases our communication?
Yeah.
There's, let me just put it this way, there's probably 15% of the students who I wouldn't have had that relationship with that I now do. And they come from all corners of the classroom throughout the day. The other really nice thing is they can go to a website where there's statistics and screenshot it and import it into Notability, and instantly they have that group of statistics right there to work with. Here's an example of where she's showing her work by she did this in a graphing calculator and then imported it in here to show her work.
They essentially have all of their handouts organized in files in one little device. And not only do they work on the handout for that assignment, they can keep it in their files and use it for future reference, especially when studying for tests and being able to access information and resources.
It's much easier to learn with this because it organizes for you and you don't have to deal with loose paper and textbooks and organize that all the time when you just have it in one big, this.
We've gone out and taken pictures of trees and figured out the equation of a line based on that. They'll take a picture of the tree. You could even do that right there. Take a picture of the tree, import it in, draw a graph over it, come up with your y-intercept, your rise over run, apply the math. We take a picture of a book. Sometimes you want to do a story problem and you want to code the text, and so if they write all that out, that'll take a long time. Just take a picture really quick, import it, and they can code the text, highlight important words and numbers.
So students have been learning about music vocabulary and musical opposites, and I wanted to give them more access to exploring musical opposites and exploring using their music vocabulary. So we used GarageBand and imported, in a previous class, the students had imported tracks into GarageBand or loops. And they chose music that they liked, so it was very individualized, and the kids were very excited about it. And then today I taught them how to go in and change the tempo of their music or the speed of their music. And we used the music vocabulary, and then I found the tempo markings that would allow them to explore the different tempos.
I'm going to find the word tempo. Oh my goodness, it's right here under the tool. I'm going to find the word tempo. And look at this number, 240. That's a really big number.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's bigger than 175, so that was prestissimo.
I choose 140 because it didn't make it too fast and it also didn't make it too slow. It's called Presto.
I've never been able to do this before the iPads, and I really saw a lot of language growth and a lot of learning growth from the kids when they were able to own exploring the tempos and own which tempo they preferred for their music.
They seem a lot more engaged. Their graphing has gotten a lot better. As you can see in the first class, they really enjoyed doing all the different colors and the pictures, and much better quality work. And a lot of things that we'll do, it's based on what the student wants to research or whatever. For example, we did statistics the other day, and we did the number of touchdowns by different quarterbacks. So they could, if I've got a kid who's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, he did his box and whisker plot based on Kansas City Chiefs. A bunch of my kids did theirs based on the Broncos, and they just went to NFL.com or ESPN.com. I had some kids go to soccer websites and get statistics of their soccer players, so that makes it more meaningful to them. Some did cars, some went on shopping websites and did, jeans and things like that. You can do it instantly.
I am so grateful for the iPads for my kids. They have made such a huge difference in their lives. I have seen kids who were never engaged in anything read at home, practice their spelling words. My kids love to practice spelling words.
I can post assignments 24 hours a day. Students can access the assignments no matter if they're on school grounds or if they're sitting in McDonald's or in the waiting room at their dentist office. So it makes our communication much more live and current and easier. And also they can access not only the information and the handouts and the classwork, but also they know when the due date is. And they can access the information 24 hours a day.
I don't know if you noticed, but in that last class, there's a boy who's sitting right there. I didn't know how to answer his question with the dog scanner, but the two girls next to him did. So they solved that. And there's a lot of that happens in here where I don't understand how to do it, and they'll share with me. And that kind of brings us all down on the same field and shows that making no mistakes is okay.
I can have 4 different spelling lists. The way I can differentiate with the iPads is amazing. Every kid has a spelling list just for them. It's right at their level, it's just what they need. And I can do the same thing with books. With the apps I have, like RazKids, I can assign books that are just right for that kid. So they're not reading books that are too hard, they're not reading books that are too easy. I can tailor their education so it fits just them. The iPads have given me that capability.